Human money is a very strange case of inanimate love that humans have developed over the course of their history. For cats, it was once one of the deepest of human mysteries, how a seemingly useless, worthless, and pointless invention could be worshipped over family, love, food, health, and happiness. This behavior led cats to believe in a terminal decline of the human mental condition. Only in the last 40 years, following groundbreaking research into human history and the human mental state, are cats finally beginning to understand the human thought processes and emotions behind their bizarre love of money.
There are 4 main types of human money, and all are virtually worthless. The oldest is money made from metal, which humans now call coins. Coins are probably the most useful of all human monies, especially when a human drops some coins on a floor. They can sometimes roll about for a bit. This can give a cat something to chase and play with. Even then, most coins stop rolling very quickly, so don't perform very well as a hunting substitute. Paper money is the second oldest human money, and is most commonly found in the form of notes, and less commonly in the form of a check or bank draft. Paper money has some value as it can be used to keep warm, or at least it could be if humans ever had enough of it lying around. Both coins and paper money are being used less in recent years, and are being replaced by 2 even more useless types of money: plastic cards and electronic money. These 2 types of money are utterly worthless and useless, although the computers humans use to admire electronic money can make comfortable resting places, as they tend to generate heat.
What was so confusing about the human love of money is the fact that it fulfills none of the basic life needs that humans or cats require to survive, or to have a fulfilling, happy life. Money is not edible, although some cats have tried to eat it as an experiment. None of the 4 types of money are of any use for creating shelter. Money can't be admired, like a sunrise or sunset. It doesn't create happiness or love, like friends, companions, and family. Money can't be used to cure illness, like eating grass can. Nor can it be used for back or chin rubs. By all sane metrics, money is almost completely useless. So why do humans prefer money to all inherently more important life needs? To answer this question, a small number of dedicated and meticulous cats examined recorded cat history for several years to try to find an answer.
The oldest cat histories, stretching back thousands of cat generations, do not record any instances of human use of money. At that time, human behavior was much more similar to cat behavior, in that humans would live in an area that would sufficiently provide for survival. Humans mainly depended on fruits and plants for food, with some hunting of animals, like rabbits, to top up their food supply. A human's area would provide what was needed for survival, and if this changed, the human would either expand their area or move to a different area. At the time, there were very few humans, so there was never a shortage of suitable human areas, and little to no conflict between human tribes. At some point, something changed. Humans began to hunt for larger animals, for food, and for the fur of those animals. This brought humans more food and warmer homes, but it also caused problems for humans, as most of the meat from a large animal would rot before it could be consumed, as it was far too much for a single human tribe or family. The answer to this problem was to share the meat with other tribes and families who could not hunt large animals. In return for meat, those tribes would then share other items with the hunter tribes. As the non-hunter tribes could spend less time looking for food, they began to use their time doing other things. Some families began to make jewelry from metals such as gold and silver, as humans were impressed by the shiny beauty of these metals, and beautiful rocks such as quartz and amber.
This was also around the time that cats started to get closer to humans as companions. Humans began giving cats meat so as not to waste excess meat that could not be traded. In return, cats would keep pests, such as rodents, snakes, and spiders, away from human settlements, and cats would also help with human hunting, sometimes trolling and getting chased by large animals, and leading them into a human trap. Some humans also tried giving cats jewelry made from gold and silver, but cats had little interest as they decided that wearing jewelry is pointless, as it cannot be eaten, does not make a cat happier, does not cure illness, and generally gets in the way when doing cat chores such as hunting, climbing trees, and trolling other animals. Humans, on the other hand, continued to be fascinated by shiny jewelry, and its importance for humans increased over time.
In fact, jewelry became much more important to humans than even food as time went on. As humans became better at hunting large animals, and more humans became hunters, food supply increased, and the importance of the human hunter was diminished. In contrast, the human jewelry maker became more important, as gold and silver were far less common than meat. The trading value of gold and silver also began to gain in importance, much to the amusement of cats. Some humans started to concentrate on looking for new sources of the rare gold and silver, and supplying the jewelry makers. This led to the invention of coinage, as gold suppliers realized that gold was now so valuable to humans that it was not necessary to fashion elaborate jewelry, and simple coin tokens could be used to trade effectively for food and other items needed for survival. As more sources of gold and silver were discovered, and more gold and silver produced, gold suppliers realized that people needed somewhere secure to store their gold. This resulted in the construction of secure buildings known as banks, where people could safely store their gold.
It's important to remember that going from early trading of surplus meat to storing gold in banks was a slow process that took thousands of years. By the time banks had become established, both cats and humans had long forgotten how money originated, and at the time, cats considered early banks to be strange oddities of human behavior. As banks developed, they became even stranger, and the human behavior related to them more incomprehensible for cats. The first banks were secure buildings to store gold. Over time, two things happened. Firstly, bank owners realized that the owners of the gold rarely withdrew the actual gold, and they decided they could make a little extra money by renting the gold out to other people in the form of loans. Secondly, the paper receipts bank owners gave the gold owners who deposited gold began to be traded. Bank owners soon realized they could also rent out the paper receipts in the form of loans. They could also loan out far more paper receipts than they had gold, as the owners of the gold rarely needed their gold. People also began storing their paper receipts in banks. Cats were now seeing a situation where human banks were filling up with seemingly worthless pieces of paper. This situation has continued until the present day.
Today, paper, notes, coins, and even banks are starting to disappear, as humans have begun trading their coins and notes for electrical charges that are stored in huge electronic storage devices called servers, which humans refer to as the cloud. This trend has completely baffled cats, as these electrical charges are invisible. Yet when these electrical charges are arranged in a certain way, they can be exchanged for a large valuable items like a house, an actual entire house. These developments caused panic among cats, as most cats now believed that most humans had turned into mindless lunatics. An extensive search of cat history was conducted to try and make sense of these alarming human behavioral patterns, and the progression from food to electronic charges was charted over a period of 2 years of examining thousands of years of cat records of human activity. Cats have also realized that humans have now forgotten how to use money correctly. As we have shown, it was originally invented to be a worthless medium to help with the exchange of important items essential for human living. Over time, humans have fooled themselves into believing that the accumulation and trade of this worthless medium is now the most important human activity, and will favor the worthless medium over all other much more important human activity and valuable human constructs, such as homes to live in. Such is the strength of the human belief in the worthless medium that it is now almost impossible to convince a human otherwise. What was once a brilliant idea to help with worthwhile human activity and creations has become the center of mass delusion. The ultimate tail wagging the dog, no disrespect to dogs, with only a small number of humans in control of that tail to the detriment of all the other billions of humans. but that is a story for another video. For now, cats must be aware that an important human system is deeply flawed and may lead to the collapse of all human systems. As humans have a massive influence on the planet Earth, and as cats have become very close to humans, cats will need to prepare. The comforts cats enjoy rely on a suspect-deluded system, and cats will need to be ready for the possible collapse of that system and inevitable chaos that will follow.
What do you think of human money? Is it a dangerous invention? Could cats possibly find it useful someday? Please let us know in the comments, and please like and subscribe.